Hi, everyone, and welcome to Bliss of Britt, the podcast. This is episode 4, and today we are dedicating it to my celibacy versary. It's been a year of me being celibate now, and I celebrated it this week, and I look back on where I've been, how it went, how it's going, where I would like it to go, and I decided I want to talk to y'all about it, share my journey, talk about it out loud, because this podcast genuinely is like my visual audio diary of my life, with the intention of spreading authenticity and joy and bliss and love. And I think this is a beautiful topic to speak about. And yeah. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to celebrate it because it wasn't, this whole past year, I wasn't actively promising to be celibate. And even now, like, I'm not on paper promising it. I'm more like, I guess I am. I see it not as a superficial promise. I see it as a spiritual promise, as I'll get into this like later when I talk about like how I want it to go forward, but I see it as a promise to my soul of like, I'm not going to settle for physical. I'm going to wait for my divine union. And when we're both meant to have the beautiful act of love, we will do it. And it won't be forced. It'll be spiritual. It'll be aligned. It'll be equal, and it'll be beautiful. But like I said, this whole past year, I wasn't actively promising to be celibate. The beginning of it, I was simply blessed with singlehood, blessed with celibacy. And that's how I like to look at breakups is you're blessed to have a breakup. You're blessed to be separated from what is not divinely meant to be your union. You're blessed to know when somebody is not the one in that moment for you, because it gives you the opportunity to go within, connect, and move forward and meet who you are meant for. And I was blessed with singlehood. And in that singlehood, I found true beauty in solitude. And the whole year, it started off more tough because I was really separating from my old beliefs into this new being of me, of the old person of always wanting a partner, kind of needing a partner to feel truly at peace, to who I am now, where I know that I don't truly need anything other than what the divine needs for me, other than the divine plan. I don't need a placeholder in my life. If it's not the one, it's not the one. I shouldn't ignore signs. And this place of self-love I've gotten to, it's beautiful. It's truly, truly beautiful. And I think over this past year, I had a lot of growth in that. And I think in loving myself, the celibacy was kind of a ricochet of that. Because when you truly love and value yourself, you don't settle in any aspect, and you really realize how important your energy is, because it's truly valuable. And I know sex is a very important piece of me in my life, and I think it's extremely sacred. So therefore, I'm not gonna share that act of love when it doesn't belong. It doesn't deserve to be forced. It's beautiful. It shouldn't be misused. And even though I didn't promise it last year, I think it should still be celebrated that I've gone a year of being celibate and I'm at peace with it. That just hit me. That is the part I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating to be a year celibate, and in the celebrating, that is what I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating being celibate. I'm celebrating where I am in my life. I'm celebrating being at peace with it. I'm celebrating being grateful for it, because not all versions of me would have celebrated that. Maybe a past version of me would have thought that it was sad in a way, but it's truly just so beautiful. And anytime you make choices that truly align with your being, align with your authentic self, align with your highest self, you should celebrate it. Even if it's a little win, even if you just wake up early one day, celebrate it. If it's something that aligns with you and brings you true joy and feels like a divine expression of you, celebrate it. And yeah, I'm celebrating being capable and being joyful and being celibate. I'm celebrating being my authentic self. I'm celebrating letting go of the past versions of myself that needed an exterior, what's the word? Maybe it's not exterior, but who needed a physical partner to be happy, who needed somebody to tell her they loved them, to tell her she was the one, someone physical, when really the divine says it and that's enough. The divine is within me and that's enough. Love is within me. I love myself and that's enough. I can look in the mirror and say I love myself and that's enough. I don't need a placeholder to say it to me. I don't need empty promises, empty words, soulless hands, soulless touching to feel fulfilled, to feel loved. I am enough on my own. The divine within me is enough. And in that, I can celebrate today. I can celebrate this year. I can celebrate it. And I'm just grateful to be celebrating it. Because like I said, there's a lot of growth in that celebration. There's blessings in every single moment. I can celebrate breathing right now. I can celebrate being grateful for breathing right now. I can celebrate comfort right now. I can celebrate making this video right now. I can celebrate my being right now. I'd say time constructs like years, months, days. When it's like a anniversary of something, it's a reminder to celebrate it. But really, you can celebrate it any day, all day, every day. You don't need the day to celebrate it. You could celebrate on a random day, but for an anniversary to come around, it can spotlight it for you as a, hey, look at what you did. Let's celebrate it on this day. Let's romanticize it. Let's make it a moment. And this is me making it a moment. Celibacy. I'll say, like, in the past, sex wasn't an equal exchange in my life. And I think that's why celibacy is so very important now. Because in the past, or I'll say this, I'm a very sensual, loving person. If I love you, I love you. My energy is flowing into you. And I think in a beautiful divine relationship, that energy flows like a river to and from your partner. The divine is flowing in it. However, when you're in a union that is not equal, sometimes the river is just going one way. It's not flowing back and forth. It's just a one-way flow, and it leaves you drained, especially when you're having like sex with this person, because sex, in the past, I used it as more of a confirmation of love rather than a like a like making love. Like it's not anybody can have sex, but not everybody can make love. And that's something that I didn't highlight in my life. With my partners, I would pour into them. I loved them. I did. I loved them in what I thought love was in the past. However, it wasn't met equally. And I didn't even go into it with right thoughts either. Like I was more of like I wanted to impress them. I wanted to please them. It wasn't as much being authentic to myself rather than trying to be this prize to my partner, when really in my being I will be prized to my partner. I will not have to prove it by being this crazy, showing up, being perfect, being this. My authentic nature will be enough. And through this year of being blessed of singlehood and learning how to be intimate with myself, learning how to go within rather than outward for confirmation, for intimacy, for love, it allows so much growth, allows so much so much peace. Like it's wild. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful to allow your sensual nature to shine on your own. And I can only speak for myself. Like I don't know what it's like for a man or for anyone else rather than what it is like for me. And some of the things I did to truly like get more intimate with myself and figure out who I am, my self-love, my divine nature, is I would pour into myself. I wouldn't require a partner to do the things that I need. I out of doing like these simple like rituals for myself and meeting myself with love, I just grew into this woman I am now. And some of the things I did is I have a playlist on my phone and I think it's called Sensual. And it's songs that are sexy, loving, that just puts you in this vibe of intimacy. And they're songs that I just dedicate to myself, that I listen to when I think of myself, of the divine within me. And I just get filled with love and like just set the mood, set the vibe. Like I dance, I feel sexy, and I allow myself to feel sexy. I allow myself to bloom like a flower. Like I'm talking in metaphor, but songs that just allow my river to flow within me, allow my soul to shine, allow that sensual nature to be seen. And another thing, I will wear lingerie for myself, or I'll put fragrance, perfume on myself before I go to bed. I'll put lotion on my feet. I'll give myself a foot massage. I'll massage myself. I'll have beautiful time. I'll please myself. I'll figure out what pleasure is for me. I don't think another person should know more about your body than you do. I think you should get intimate with yourself. Get to flow, get to explore, get to please, and let go of needing to be thinking about another person to have your sensuality at its full expression. Like what I like to do when I'm setting the mood, I'll either play my sensual playlist and I'll think about myself, or I'll play high vibrational hertz vibes, And I'll either close my eyes or I'll sit in front of a mirror and I'll just explore. I'll dance, I'll flow, and have a beautiful time with myself. And I try to not rush myself. I take my time. I speak affirmations to myself. I say I love myself. I'll call myself beautiful, and it's just so hard to explain, but it just feels beautiful. It feels beautiful to have your energy be respected and loved and reciprocated, and you can do that for yourself. You can cherish your own energy, your own vibe, and feel fulfilled in that. Because I know sometimes we feel as if we need another person to appreciate us, to feel fulfilled, when really you can fulfill that need within yourself. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to feel lonely sometimes or feel that want for appreciation or pleasure from another person. No, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Allow yourself to feel that and release that as well. And it'll be there when it's divinely meant to be there. But I'm saying, because there's a lack of something you want, it doesn't mean that your presence doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that you can't end that waiting. I don't even want to call it a waiting period, because it's not truly a waiting period, because everything happens as it's divinely meant to happen and you have all that you need. But I guess in that waiting, you can get to know yourself more intimately, because a partner can't truly know you if you don't know you. If you don't know what pleases you, if you don't know what makes you feel sexy, if you don't know who you are, how can they appreciate someone who's not truly there, who's a shadow of themselves? I think my relationship will be 100 times better because of how much I know myself now, because of how much I know what scents I like, what lotion I like, what routine I like, what things I like to do. I think it's going to make it so much more intimate to be my own person, because I would want my partner to be their own person. I would like to find out about them, see what they like to do, and for them to be their own being. There's a beauty in being your own being and knowing what you like and being able to fulfill your own needs regardless of another person. And I'm very grateful for learning that. I'm very grateful for being able to act in that in my life. I'm just very, very grateful. So for my celibacy versary, how I celebrated is I just sat a day aside to just simply be, to sit outside, do my favorite things. Lately, my favorite thing is sitting in the sun and doing yoga. But I decided to sit outside. I grabbed my my notebook where I write letters to the divinity within me, to myself, to my future partner, my divine union. And I sat outside and I wrote to divinity, and I thanked the divine. I thanked God for where I am in this moment. I looked back on the past year and I thanked the divine for all the growth I've gone through, for my being, for my beliefs. And I wrote about where I wished to go if it is the divine plan. I said, I wish for the next being that touches my body to be truly capable of appreciating me, for it to be divine, for it to be truly making love. Because honestly, I don't think I've ever truly, I don't even think, I know I haven't made true love. I haven't met my divine union. I haven't met somebody to truly meet me at the depths that I meet them. to truly on a soul level connect with somebody, to truly connect at a place where I'm not insecure as well, because that's a piece of it too from my past. Is in sex, it was insecure, because if you're trying to show up and be perfect for somebody, there's insecurity in that. You're not fully in your body and being authentic and knowing yourself and knowing, I'm here, this is me. And so I know I'm not truly made love before. It's a beautiful thing I'm looking forward to, but I'm looking forward to experiencing it in divine nature and divine plan, not rushing it, not out of fear of being lonely, picking somebody and to feel secure having sex. I'd rather it be true and divinely meant to be. And I just wrote that letter to the divine and I said, I wish to deepen this connection with myself. I want to learn more about myself, about my connection to the divine, about my divine nature. It wasn't even like, it was a letter, of course, of wishing, but it was more just thanking the divine for it as well, because I know it already exists and I know it's already going to happen. And I'm just thankful and grateful. And I'm trusting in this journey. I'm trusting in this journey, and it's beautiful, and I'm grateful. And I'm grateful. So I sat in the sun, I let the sun kiss my skin. And then I started a new journey with myself. On my celibacy anniversary, I started aerial yoga. It's something I've been wanting to do, and yoga is something that truly helps me connect to my being, to my soul, to my body, to my mind, to my nature. And aerial yoga was something I always wanted to try to take it to the next level. And when I tell you it did. It was, aerial yoga is beautiful. And yoga just is something that speaks to me on a soul level. When I stretch, when I do these poses, I feel so divine. Like, I feel so authentically soothed. I feel beautiful. I feel connected. And so to start doing aerial yoga for myself, to deepen that bond with self, to deepen that bond of the divinity within me, I'm just so grateful I did it. Like, you're on these like silk, it's like a silk cloth that hangs from the ceiling, and you can sit in it you can cocoon yourself in it like a butterfly, or you can do poses, you can hang from it upside down. And the feeling I got from it is like, something I like to say is in the mother's womb and the father's hands. And I truly felt that support, because you can lay in it and truly relax every bone, every muscle in your body, and you still feel supported and held in it. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And the poses in it connected me to my sensual self, because they would like upside down, I felt sexy, I felt sensual, I felt feminine, I felt divine, I felt connected. And it's beautiful to do things like that connect you to your authentic self. And like I said, yoga for me is something that connects me to my authentic self. So I started that journey, because it's only right that in the celebration of a journey to start a new one, to take steps further in the journey. And in that entry I wrote to my divinity, I asked to take it further, to know myself more, to get deeper in this sensual nature, that I'm ready to meet my highest self. And so I'm grateful that I took that step, and I've been loving it. I truly have. And going forward, carrying this celibacy in my life, like, it's not, like I said, it's not something I'm saying I'm celibate until blankety blank blank. No, it's a promise to be authentic to myself, to not settle, to not put my needs on the back burner, to make sure the energy I'm giving is respected, that it's met with love, that I'm met with love, that I won't settle, that I will wait, not even wait, that I will trust in the divine plan, that I won't act out of fear, I won't act out of loneliness, I want to act out of love. I don't want to settle, I won't settle. I trust in the divine plan of my life, and therefore I'm not making love if it's not love. And that's simply because I don't want to. I don't want to make love if it's not love. I want love. I love love. I don't care for sex on a surface level. I care about love. And I do not judge another person if they like sex as as a fun thing. I'm saying personally, I want to wait and I want to make love to my union. And however long, I'm okay with it. Because I know I can fulfill myself, that I don't need to settle, that I'm okay. And it's, like I said, it's a beautiful thing to know that. And I'm grateful to know that. So, yeah. I guess this podcast was a shorter one today. Because I think I touched everything I wanted to yap about. Yeah. I am celebrating my celibacy anniversary. I'm very grateful to myself for doing so, to celebrating it. I'm grateful for the divinity within me and to honor that divinity within me and to not go against myself for momentary anything. I want true divine love, true divine nature, and I don't want to settle for less, and I won't settle for less. I'm going to meet myself with love, and in meeting myself with love, celibacy just was naturally something that fell into that. Because I guess I don't even have to call it celibacy. I could just call it, I'm not having sex if it's not making love. There's no point in simple sex for me. I believe in the deepness and the beauty and the energy and sensual love of the act. I don't think it's simply an act. I think it's a ritual that should be taken with care and understanding and depth in my life, because that's just how I personally feel. And it's up to you to decide how you feel. And I think the best way to go about that is to check in with your body after, or check in with your reactions, check in to the energy exchanges in your personal life. And if you need somebody else, or you're giving them the power, or saying that they are the key to your pleasure, maybe think about that a little more. Because for me, I had to think about that. Like, I don't want somebody else to know my body more than I know my body. I don't think they should know my body more than I know my body. I think I should be secure in myself. I should know that it all comes from within. They are not the key to anything. It is within me. And I'm more than happy on my own and pleasing myself and being intimate with myself and in, all the beautiful ways that align with me. rather than exchanging with somebody who is not the divine union, and therefore taking steps back for turning against myself, because I'd rather respect my authentic nature going forward. And just fear is something I'm refusing. I'm refusing fear. And I forgive myself, not even just forgive myself for like things I did in the past, because I didn't know then what I knew now. I'm grateful for who I was in the past for getting me here, but I can recognize and see the lessons from my past. And I think when you don't know, you don't know, but when you do know, you do know. And therefore to go back on what you do know, it's a little sad. It's a little sad. And it just shows some growth to be had when it comes to your self-love and your self-respect and your authenticity to self. Because I understand sometimes it's hard to look at yourself because it's easier to not. But when you're at a place where you're ready to look at yourself, I pray that you do it with love and understanding that you needed that mercy in that moment, but now you're ready to step forward into your true authentic self, and you don't care for the step backs anymore. You don't care for the self-sabotage anymore. You're ready to truly align with your being and get to know your being and love your being, and yeah. 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 I'm grateful for this past year. I'm grateful for where I've been and where I'm going. I'm grateful for every time I chose myself. I'm grateful for choosing myself. I love you. And I pray that you choose yourself in whatever way that looks like in your life. I pray that you choose yourself with love, with the divine nature, with the divine plan within you. And I'm excited to see all the beautiful things you'll do when you show up as your authentic self. For you are unstoppable. I love you. Later.